The story begins with a scene of a young child sleeping. Suddenly, the child wakes up because their sleep is disturbed. In the darkness, a figure of a lurking monster becomes visible. The little child screams upon seeing the monster. However, this scream startles the monster as well. It turns out this is just a simulation where a monster named Bill is undergoing an evaluation. Bill is unaware of his mistake, which is not closing the door, so his boss from the monster company, Mr. Waternoose, arrives. He explains that they forgot to close the door when scaring the child. It causes the children to enter the monster world. Waternoose idolizes a monster named Sulley because he is highly feared. On the other side, Sulley and his friend Mike are practicing together. Mike encourages Sulley.
Fight that black! Fight that black! Feel the burn! Scary feet, scary feet! Oh, the kid's away! I don't know, but it's been said I hate me. Do you have a like?
And they both watch promotional videos from Monsters, Inc. However, Mike is disappointed because he is obstructed by the Monsters, Inc. logo in the video. Afterward, Sulley and Mike set off to begin their fun day. Along the way, they greet some monsters on the street.
Hey, fella! Hey, Tony! Hey, thanks! Bada bing!
And eventually arrive at Monsters Incorporated. Sulley is very famous in the company because he is always the top performer. There, they see photos of Sulley displayed. The workers seem to like Sulley because he is great and friendly. When they reach the reception desk, Mike talks to a monster named Celia. Mike invites Celia to dinner because it's her birthday today. After arriving in the dressing room, Mike and Sulley change their clothes and get ready. There, they meet Randall, who is somewhat disliked by Mike because of his arrogant nature. Mike meets Roz to get the list of children to scare that day. Mike enters the warehouse where they work, known as the scare floor. When everything is ready, doors are sent and placed on the scare floor. The monsters arrive. And before starting their actions, they warm up. When the door's light turns red, the door opens, and the monsters enter to scare the children. However, it is discovered that Monsters, Inc. is currently experiencing an energy crisis because children are now harder to scare. The monster city depends heavily on the sounds of frightened screams from human children. Sulley is always in the lead, allowing them to break records for the most screams. Meanwhile, Randall, who is trying to become #1, always fails because Sulley is the greatest and most feared monster. At one point, George comes out of a door, but a human object is stuck to him. The monsters panic and worry that the human object may be dangerous. An alarm is triggered. They are concerned that humans could kill them. A group of CDA Child Detection Agency teams arrive to secure the contaminated area and detonate the object. They also clean George's body, which they consider contaminated. When Mike and Sulley are about to leave, in the office lobby, Roz tries to stop Mike and asks for the report that has not been submitted. They are confused because the report is left on the table, and Mike has to leave because he already has a date with Celia. Fortunately, Sulley agrees to go back and retrieve the report. Sulley, returning to the scare floor, sees an active door left in the room. With great curiosity, Sulley tries to enter, but he finds the room empty. However, suddenly, he hears a sound from behind him, and Sulley is surprised to see a little girl. The little girl is not afraid of Sulley. The story continues with fear spreading about rumors that humans can kill monsters. Sulley then returns the little girl to her room. Sulley goes to the bathroom to get rid of the toy stuck to him and tries to keep away from the little girl.
Ah!
But when he looks in the mirror, he screams in fear again because he finds the little girl still following him. In the midst of panic, the little girl casually calls Sulley Kitty and continues trying to play with him. Meanwhile, Randall accidentally deactivates the door without realizing that the little girl has been trapped in the monster world. The little girl is named Boo. Sulley then hides Boo in a suitcase and goes to a restaurant to meet Mike. Upon arriving there, he immediately tells Mike what he has in the suitcase. However, Boo comes out of the suitcase, causing the entire restaurant to panic and fear. Sulley and Mike try to capture Boo and eventually succeed. The CDA teams then arrive and sterilize the restaurant and capture the monsters there, except for Sulley and Mike, who manage to escape to their residence. News about the little child begins to spread throughout the city. Some say the child can fly, some say the child can shoot lasers, making Mike and Sulley feel afraid to be at home with Boo. The search continues. They try their best to hide Boo as several groups search for her. Boo is made to cry by Mike, causing their lights to shine brighter. Even when Boo laughs, the electric charge is much stronger to the point that the lights can't handle it and explode. Sulley, seeing that Boo is tired, immediately takes her to her room and tries to put her to sleep. After that, he realizes that Boo is not dangerous, and the myth about humans killing monsters is a big mistake. The next day, they dress Boo in a costume and immediately take her to the factory area to find her door and return her without anyone noticing. However, when they arrive in the factory area, they find it filled with officials. Sulley, carrying Boo, suddenly meets Mr. Waternoose. Fortunately, Sulley can provide a reason that Boo is his cousin's sibling, whom he brought to the factory. Then they take her to the locker room. Sulley takes Boo to the restroom because Boo wants to pee, while Mike tries to get the overtime locker key from Roz, but fails because his reasons don't make sense. In the midst of the chaos, Randall sees a newspaper with a picture of Boo and Mike in the riot area. Suspicious, Randall tries to find the child who might be in that area.
The front page! It's on the front page. The child.
Mike and Sulley, hiding, overhear the conversation. They are relieved because Randall has left and is trying to take Boo to the factory floor to return her to her original world. Unfortunately, Boo disappears while they are debating their differences. They soon realize that Boo is missing and immediately rush to find her. However, they also meet Randall at that moment. Mike meets Celia, who scolds him, but eventually he manages to escape and find a hiding place. However, he encounters Randall again, who suspects that Mike has hidden Boo. Randall, knowing that Mike brought Boo into the monster world, says it's not his fault, and it's because of Randall's cheating. The story continues with Randall admitting his mistake and immediately telling them how to return the little child to the human world. Meanwhile, Sulley, who is confused about finding Boo, finally locates her. Boo is playing inside a trash can, but when Sulley is about to take her out, she is suddenly surrounded by her fans asking for autographs. Boo comes out of the trash can without Sulley's knowledge, but her costume is left behind. This confuses Sulley because he thinks Boo is still inside the trash can. A panicked Sulley tries to chase the trash can and is shocked to see that Boo has been thrown into the dumpster. Then Sulley faints when he sees that Boo is gone. On the other hand, Mike is looking for Sulley and Boo to tell them that Randall has agreed to help them return Boo. Mike asks his friends if they have found Sulley. Suddenly, Mike saw Sulley emerging from the trash can, looking sad. Sulley said that Boo had entered the shredding machine. However, in the midst of sadness, they suddenly heard Boo's voice, realizing that she was playing with other children. Sulley, overjoyed and enthusiastic, hurriedly left so they could return Boo to her place faster. Then Mike and Sulley head to the scare floor to return Boo. Upon arriving there, Sulley abandoned his intention to return Boo. He learned that the door was a trap set by Randall to find Boo. Mike assured him that the door was Boo's original door to her home. Mike entered it, but suddenly a box captured him. It turned out that Randall had set a trap, fortunately catching Mike and not Boo. Seeing this, Sulley and Boo hid under the table when Randall took the box away. Randall took the box somewhere. Sulley immediately tried to follow him.
Hey, Sulley!
But he lost track of Randall, who was walking too fast. Boo accidentally opened a secret door that led them to a hidden room.
The guy making the ball!
Randall opened the box and was surprised to find that it was Mike, and not Boo. Sulley and Boo saw Mike being held by Randall. Randall was about to torture him because he refused to disclose Boo's whereabouts. Fortunately, Sulley quickly turned off the machine. Randall, who wanted to find out why the machine malfunctioned, returned to the previous location to carry out his plan. However, when Randall reactivated the machine, he was shocked when he saw that the machine that had been activated was actually sucking in Randall's friend.
Where is he?
On the other side, the two of them managed to escape with Boo from Randall. When they reached the factory exit, Sulley told Mike that he had an idea. Then Sulley tried to meet Mr. Waternose, but before saying anything, Waternose instructed Sulley to demonstrate how to scare the employees. Reluctantly, Sulley did it, and as he performed, Boo approached and frightened him, causing Boo to avoid her in fear. Sulley chased Boo, but was scared and evasive to the point of falling and losing his costume. Mr. Waternose was very surprised to see a human child there. Mike, trying to calm Waternose down, said that no one knew the child's whereabouts. Waternose actually collaborated with Randall for one purpose. He immediately took Boo to the scary floor. When he wanted to return it, the door he came to was not Boo's door, but an iron door, apparently not for Boo but for Mike and Sulley.
No!
Then Waternose pushed Sulley and Mike into the snowy Himalayan area. They meet the monster snowman who takes them to his residence. There, Sulley thinks about Boo's frightened expression. The snowman tells Sulley about a village experiencing constant fear, which might help them return to the world of monsters. Because there was a door to their world, Sulley, upon hearing this, wanted to go there to save Boo as soon as possible. However, Mike refused Sulley's invitation because he didn't want to freeze to death due to the snowy storm, considering the distance between the snowman's cave and the village was very far. Based on courage and determination, Sulley still went to try to slide down with ambition, and in the middle of the journey, he fell. Sulley was overjoyed when he realized that he had arrived in the village. While the other monsters scared the villagers, Sulley managed to return to the monster world and rushed into Randall's secret room. When he got there, Sulley saw Boo tied to a suction machine in front of him. Without hesitation, Sulley immediately rescued Boo and destroyed the suction machine. Then, he threw it at Mr. Waternose and Randall. Sulley tried to escape with Boo, but Randall, with abilities like an iguana, managed to outmaneuver Sulley by blocking his path. Suddenly, Mike arrived and said that Sulley needed to think first. Mike was unaware that Randall was attacking Sulley. Fortunately, he accidentally threw a snowball at Randall, revealing his presence. They immediately fled, starting a tense chase between the monsters trying to get hold of Boo. Just as Mike was about to leave, he was stopped by Celia. Mike explained that they were in danger. Mike then told Celia that Randall planned to kill him. At first, Celia didn't believe it, but then Randall appeared, making Celia instantly believe. With Celia's help, they tried to avoid Randall.
Get out of my way!
Go get him, Googly Bear.
As Randall got closer, they climbed through a door leading to where the doors are collected. They followed Boo's door, but when they took two different door paths, they ended up on a different track from Boo's door.
No! Boo's door! How are we supposed to get to it now?
They reached a stop, and Randall appeared there, causing them to panic even more. Sulley told Mike to make Boo laugh so they could escape through the doors. When Boo laughed, all the doors lit up. They tried to escape through the doors that connect the human world with the monster world.
Hurry up! Give me your hand! Yeah, I'm right behind!
When they successfully evaded Randall, with his camouflage ability, snatched Boo and dropped the door Sulley and Mike were on. Mike had an idea and told Sulley to enter one of the doors. This worked, and they avoided the falling door. They returned to the factory through another door and moved to the moving door track. Randall, knowing Sulley was following him, entered a door, and Sulley jumped towards Randall's door. Unexpectedly, Randall used his ability to trap Sulley and tried to push him off. As Randall was about to drop Sulley, Boo, who considers Sulley her kitty, got angry and helped Sulley. Sulley quickly captured Randall. They managed to send Randall through a door to the human world, where a mother was ready to beat him up. Sulley and Mike then took Boo to her door, and Sulley told Mike to make Boo laugh again to activate the door.
Oh, sorry, she didn't see that.
What?
When the door was activated, it moved to the scare floor, where Waternoose and the CDA team were already present. Mike distracted them by throwing a sock at the CDA team, and then ran away, followed by the CDA team chasing him. Sulley and Boo also ran, but Waternoose knew about it and chased them. When they reached a door, Sulley entered it, followed by Waternoose, and it turned out that the door was a trap for Waternoose to reveal the truth. Then, Waternoose appeared and revealed his plan to kidnap children to increase energy production. However, Mike had recorded his confession, which was immediately witnessed by the CDA team. Upon seeing the playback, the CDA team immediately arrested Waternoose. At that moment, Ruz appeared, revealing that she was the undercover leader of the CDA. Ruz thanked Mike and Sulley for exposing Waternoose's crimes. Sulley then took Boo to her room and said goodbye because the door would soon be destroyed. Sulley was sad to leave Boo, leaving only a small piece of Boo's door. The scene changed to a room with a little child. From the darkness came a monster's shadow, which turned out to be Mike working to capture the child's laughter. This time, making the child laugh generated more power than the child's scream. When Mike came out, it turned out that the company's leader was now Sulley, and the scare floor had changed to look like a performance stage. Mike gave Sulley a gift for his hard work in advancing the company by taking him to a prepared place. There, Mike had reassembled the pieces of Boo's door, leaving only a small wooden fragment, which Sulley now had. After fitting the fragment, Boo called out to Sulley from inside the door, and the film ended.